Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Veronica. Thank you so much for clicking the link to watch this video. Without further ado, let's get started with today's video. Alright you guys, so we're going to be trying out some drugstore first impressions and I'm super excited to see how this turns out. So let's get started with eyes. So for today I'm trying the Give It To Me Straight ColourPop palette. I bought this palette a while ago and I bought it along with Kathleen Light's palette. So I've been wearing that palette a lot lately, but I still wanted to give this one a try. This one has a lot of rose gold warm colors and it's so pretty. Alright, so essentially I'm going to do something super simple. There's going to be no eyeliner or lashes for today. I'm going to go in with Frank. That looks like a deep enough color. Now one thing about the ColourPop palettes is they do have a ton of kickback. So as you can see, maybe because I'm holding it up, but if you look closely you can see all of that gets all over the palette. Let me get in focus here. So if that is a problem for you, then you may not want to invest in this palette, but overall I feel like you can't expect too much for a palette that costs so little. I think I only paid $16 for it. Oh wow, that's darker than what I thought. So Frank looks like it would be a lot lighter than what it is, but it's pretty dark. Next I'm going to take the shade BS. I'm gonna go in with my typical orange shade and just kind of warm that up. I know what you're thinking, oh, you should have started with that first. But there's a method to my madness for today. So now I'm gonna be going in, there's just so much kickback. So now I'm gonna be going in with a little bit of the Truth Hurts and just blending that on top to kind of diffuse any harsh lines. Okay, so for the eyes, I kind of want to go in with TMI on the outer half and then a pop of sparkle on the inner half. So it's very pigmented. It picks up a lot, but it also has a ton of kickback, so you do have to dust off your brush. I also recommend, if you're going to be using their palettes, to do the eyeshadow first or put down a lot of translucent powder, just because in my experience I get a lot of kickback. This color doesn't seem to be as, there we go, pigmented. Now there we go. Okay, so I'm just going to blend that out just a little bit and turn down my brightness just a little bit so you guys can kind of see how it's doing on my skin. Looks very natural, which is the look I'm going for right now. I'm gonna take a different brush and still go in with TMI. It's not giving me the payoff that I'm looking for, so I'm thinking it was my brush that I was using. Fallout and kickback is a lot, so if you don't like either of those two things, you might want to avoid these palettes. Maybe let's go in with Straight Up. I'm not going to use any Fix Plus because I want to show you guys what it looks like without Fix Plus. So this is the shade Straight Up. Wow. It picks up very well. That's awesome. No Fix Plus, no glitter glue. Whole leaf is old leaf. Let me make sure I put this in the right place. It does get quite sheer if you spread it out, so you might want to pack the color if you're looking for a lot of color, but it's very pigmented. And if it's showing up this pigmented on my skin color and you are fairer than me or even darker than me, it'll probably look really good. So my camera died earlier, so sorry. So it is a little patchy. Let's see what happens when I layer it a little bit more. I think this is where the Fix Plus or the glitter glue would be really good and helpful, is because it helps pack that color on. Alright, so now what I'm going to go ahead and do is do my face, and I'm super excited to try this out. So I'm going to be trying out the LA Pro Girl Matte Foundation. This is in the shade Nutmeg, so hopefully it's my color. It looks a little light in this frosted glass, but I'm hoping it's my color. Really excited about this. I've heard mixed reviews on this, so yeah. So it just plobs out like a gob like that. So So you guys can see it looks pretty good on my hand. Looks nice and neutral, which is exactly what I need. I'm just taking my finger and I'm just spreading it. Smells like paint. I've already primed my face with my favorite primers, so the Hourglass mixed with, I think I did Tarte. I mix up my primers pretty much every time I use them, but yeah. Ooh, this dries fast. Oh no, it dries fast. Crap. Crap, crap, crap. Okay, so note to self, this dries really fast. So it's super matte. My goodness, I don't think I've ever had a foundation this matte. So the color is a little light, I would say, for my skin tone, maybe deeper. Usually what happens for me is I always have to mix foundation shades, like a touch of the darker one mixed with this one would probably be perfect. So I might order a shade up to kind of mix them. I did 2 pumps. And I feel like it looks good, but it does dry super fast, so that kind of caught me off guard. Still looks good though, even though it is a touch too light. I think it might be the undertone too. It's a little gray on my skin, but overall I think it's okay. I'm not going to add any more pumps just because I feel like once I do my concealer and everything, it's going to add a lot more weight on my face. So I'm going to go ahead and open this. I should have opened this off cameras. I'm trying out the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Concealer, eraser thing, whatever. This has been on the market for so long, and it is crazy that they just now came out with more shades. Like, I don't know if they are just like, I don't know why it took them so long, but hey, better late than never. I'm super excited to try this. I am in the shade Caramel. I probably could have gone for Hazelnut, probably, because that was a little bit darker. So I think you just click it like this, and I love this, and I think it just comes out. The foundation has started to oxidize just a little bit. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's oxidized a little bit. So okay, so I finally got some out after so long. Let's see how this looks. Start on my chin. Whoa, that is a lot. That is a lot of concealer. Yeah, this is a little bit lighter than I would want. You guys know I'm going for more of darker concealers nowadays, so this is a little light. This is probably what I would have used back in my day, but we'll see how it blends out to see if it, you know. I am feeling a little tingling already, so I'm not sure if I'm like allergic to this or what. It is burning slightly. Something in the formula, but it's not uncomfortable, it just feels weird. So I definitely will go, probably if I end up liking this, purchase a shade deeper. I think it's Hazelnut that I probably should have gotten. But oh well. We'll make do. Yeah, I put way too much on my chin. Zoomed you guys in just a little bit closer. It does look a little yellow, but overall it's not too bad. Hold on. Babe is calling me. Hey.
Oh, sorry. This is doing your makeup.
Yes.
Light skin.
I know. Oh my gosh, you guys. It does look a little light, but I'm always the queen of making it work. Okay, so it is drying kind of fast, so it might be the foundation too. Like, this is a super matte foundation, like really matte. So I feel like I haven't had time to like blend everything without it like getting super dry. So if you have dry skin, this is not gonna work for you, because unless you use something super hydrating, but it's like super matte, which is good for me, but holy moly. Now I'm gonna go ahead and contour with my Makeup Revolution F18. I've been using this in a lot of videos so far, and I'm kind of addicted to it. And I did go ahead and order another one to kind of match my skin tone too, because this one's too dark, and then the other one I got was too light. So I'm going to go ahead and blend this out and finish up the rest of my face, and I will be right back. So you guys, I finished up the rest of my face, and as you can see, I totally matched it to my face. It looks so good. I'm so happy with this foundation. So I forgot to tell you guys, but I lined my lips with this, just a basic NYX or NYX dark brown liner, and I'm using the ColourPop lip gloss. I've been wearing this lip gloss non-stop, and I'm so obsessed with it. It's almost not even like a lip gloss. Like, look at that. Look at that pigmentation. It's crazy. This has been my go-to nude, and I absolutely love it so much. Alright you guys, so I finished up my entire face. Okay you guys, so I finished up my face and it looks really good. As you guys can see, it matches the rest of my body, so I think it does oxidize a little bit the more you wear it. Like, it turns a little darker. So overall, my thoughts on everything. So let's start with the foundation. The foundation packaging, typical packaging, beautiful. I feel like it's compact and lightweight. I feel like this is really easy to put in your travel bag. Pros and cons of the foundation. Pros, it's matte. Like, this is not a demi matte, semi matte, half matte, natural matte. This is matte. I love the fact that it's matte because that means when my oils come through, I'm gonna look not as shiny, and it just wears so beautifully on my skin. Now, on Ulta, it has terrible reviews, like terrible reviews. People complain about bumps or that it doesn't look good, it's patchy, and I can kind of see how it was patchy. When I was blending it out, I felt like, oh my gosh, with the beauty sponge, it was drying so quickly that I was trying to like spread it, but it was really hard to spread because it was just so matte. It's almost, I don't want to say too matte because I feel like there's no such thing as too matte, but it's almost so matte that it's hard to blend out. The bumps on my face, or the little bumps that people were complaining about, like I saw so many people say bumps, bumps, bumps. If I see one bump tomorrow when I take this off, and my skin lets me know immediately I've worn something that it doesn't like. If I see one bump, this thing is going back. Alright, so the eyeshadow. I really liked the eyeshadow. I feel like it looks really good, especially for $16. I do feel like Kathleen Light's Dream Street palette is a lot better in my opinion. I don't know if it's the quality is different or if it's the same manufacturer, but I've been wearing that Dream Street palette for 2 weeks now, and that's, if you guys haven't seen it, let me show you guys. I have it right here. That's this palette with these colors. And as you guys can see, I've been digging into this palette. I do feel like those shadows in the Dream Street palette are better quality than the Give It To Me Straight palette. I do have kind of an issue with ColourPop shadows, pressed shadows. I feel like there's so much kickback in the pan, it's crazy. I have to keep like doing that so I don't have any kickback. So that is kind of annoying. Again, it's not really that big of a deal because, you know, but if you're trying to like be a little bit neater, or this is getting everywhere, if I had white carpet, I'd be scared to be using this because it just gets everywhere. I feel like it's very pigmented, but I do feel like these aren't as patchy, or these are a little bit more patchy than the Dream Street palette. Okay, so moving on to the Instant Age Rewind Concealer, new shades. I bought the wrong shade. I got caramel. I thought I grabbed hazelnut and I grabbed caramel, so I have the wrong shade. Good news is I just picked up hazelnut, and that's definitely more my skin tone color. However, I can use this to brighten, so I'll probably, you know, some days where I want my eyes to be a little bit brighter, mix it with a deeper color. So yeah, I picked that up. I have nothing bad to say about it. I feel like it did what it supposed to do. I think the coverage looks good. It looks like a normal, typical coverage. It was a little hard to blend on my foundation, and I don't know if that was due to the foundation or this, but it was so much matte going on that I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I look crazy, but overall, you know, your girl pulled it together like she always does. Anyways, those are my thoughts on all of the things that I tried out. I really liked it. I feel like this was a successful full face kind of drugstore first impression. So go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more from me. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button before you leave. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye!